On Gaza, actually, the situation is horrific. There is no water, there is no electricity, there is no food for almost 1 month. This is a gross violation of international humanitarian law, as you know. What is the United States is doing to alleviate the suffering of civilians in Gaza? And second, since you talked about the meeting between Netanyahu and the secretary, any prospect of a ceasefire that was discussed yesterday?
Our efforts to bring back the ceasefire that we were happy to have at the beginning of this, before Hamas turned its back on the ceasefire, is something that the administration, that the President and Secretary Rubio have said we would want back. There's nothing that is cut off in the sense of where we go from here. It is clear. And the effort, as we are asked every briefing, which is appropriate because of the nature of the issue, is none of us, we're engaging in this to stop the suffering. When there is a resumption of a conflict, in the nature of this conflict, with so many hostages also still being held, it of course disrupts the humanitarian aid. And that is something that concerns all of us and that we seek to change. There is one group that has broken ceasefires, that continues for generations to move the suffering, and that is Hamas. It's a remarkable dynamic where you have multiple players here that are working and constantly making an effort to stop the carnage and the suffering and to stop the conflict on the ground so that humanitarian aid can flow. And Hamas seems to want nothing to do with that. They continue to go back to creating a framework of victims constantly. So I would say that obviously our effort is to get a ceasefire on the ground again, specifically so we can get aid into the area, specifically so that we can discuss what the region understands, which is the need for a new way to move us out of this horrible cycle. And obviously that's what we've been dealing with for generations. President Trump is determined to end it once and for all, as is Secretary Rubio. They have one term, and this is why things have to move quickly. It never stops. Their efforts in the Middle East and on Gaza never stop. And that's what we hope for. And the results, hopefully, obviously, is for peace on the ground, for humanitarian aid, and for Gazans and everyone in the region to have a future to look forward to that they can trust.